Today's learning is about, how in the world a lot of unexplainable things happen, such as, let's read on. Sorath ghar teja, Anmadiya mandal baje. You see, sometimes instruments that are not in the best shape actually play out the best music. So here specifically, they are making the analogy with, let's say, a skinless drum actually creates the best notes. So instruments that are not in shape actually work out. Bin savan kanhar gaje. Without the weather being as such, there is thunder. There is actually thunder. There's a thunderstorm when the weather was not supposed to be such. Badal bin barkha hoye. Without rain clouds, it's actually raining. And if you start thinking and start noticing all of this, you realize that the world is just that, right? Jo tat bichare koi. If you start thinking, that's when you start noticing that there is a pattern of the unexplainable in the universe. For example, why is it sometimes that in certain sports meets or in the world that the underdog wins? Logic tells you, data tells you that the underdog cannot win. Someone who's never won a competition from zero, the same team suddenly makes it through. Yes, after the competition, the data has you, and the analysts come in and they say, yeah, they worked hard and talent was given and they learned everything. But not on the face of it, right? Then you're trying to find reasoning on why that happened. Just how the reasoning is for all of these things. As human beings, we always run after reasoning. But the world of spirituality, the world of faith and belief says, if you have faith, then maybe miracles do happen. What does that mean? Moko milio ram sanehi. When I meet the God, when I really get in touch with Him, get in touch with truth, get in touch with something that's fantastic, get in touch with something that's powerful than me, when I get touch with hope and faith, that's the most important thing. Then everything is beautiful, right? Then I begin to believe. Jeh milye deh sandehi. The moment I meet Him, when I meet Him, I let Him inside my being. I accept Him. I make Him mine. That is what it is, right? When you believe, then even a piece of stone becomes God. When you believe, the sun becomes God. When you believe, the wind becomes God. What is that? That is hope. That is faith. That's all the Bani is asking you to do. That when you take in the Lord, make sure you take Him fully and completely. What happens when you do that? Rahau. Mil param kanchan hoya. Once I accept Him, I myself become, the winner. I turn into gold. Gold, why? Gold, because I suddenly develop self-belief and self-worth. Because I know that He is within me, and as long as He is within me, I will develop that kind of strength. Mukh mansa ratan paroya. And how do I become gold? How do I become better? Because both in my mukh, in my tongue, in my act, in my words that I speak, in my heart that I take Him, in my mind that I take Him, I have started believing in hope. But hope and faith is not enough, right? What else do I have to do? Yeah, I believe that He will come and make my dreams come true. Yeah, I believe that He is with me and He's standing with me. Yeah, I believe that He believes in my strength and my capability. But what do I have to do? Work on my strength and capability. How is that mentioned? Right here. Nijbhau bhaiya brahm bhaga. But before that, the moment I accept Him as mine, my delusion and my doubt dissipates. Basically, the moment I accept faith in myself. Please realize what we're talking about, the power here is faith in Himself. Once I accept faith, then my own delusion, my own doubt disappears. Gur pooche man patiyaga. And at that point, I am speaking with the Lord. I am talking to Him. What is the Him here? He lives inside of me. So what is living inside me? Faith. What is faith? Hope. Hope of what? Hope that I will happen. that I will arrive. That is what this is, that I am honest, I am the truth. Once I start having that conversation within myself, I have truly arrived, haven't I? And now we come to the question that I was asking. But just having that faith inside of me is not enough. What do I have to do? I have to fill that picture of my mind. Fill it with strength, with confidence, with talent, with hard work. Without hard work, without work, I can't really succeed, right? The underdog cannot suddenly win a match without having put in that effort and working hard. So, the analogy here is Jal bhitar kum samaniya, sab ram ek kar janiya. Just like how the water is held within the pitcher, and once you have faith, there is no droplet of water that is allowed to fall outside that pitcher. That is the beauty. The water in the pitcher is the strength that you are working at and taking and building within of you. The pitcher is your mind and your body. The water is your talent and capability that you are filling. So you are filling that pitcher with water. But the difference is, you know that you're capable of carrying the water. You know that you will take the water to where it is supposed to go, its destination. How do you do that? You do that by having that trust and faith. Sab Ram ek kar janiya. You realize that then God is everywhere. He's all around. So I don't really have to, that means, focus all my belief on one thing, right? I just need to trust myself and have faith that the Lord, the power, is around me. It is ubiquitous. He is there everywhere. So whatever I do, no matter where I am, what it is that I am doing, as long as that power is within me, that self-belief is within me, I will win. Gur chele hai man manya. Yes, I become a disciple of this thought, and I accept this thought in my mind. Janana me tat pachaniya. And at that point, I am able to recognize the strength and the power of belief. Belief of what? Belief of His name. What is His name? Nothing but hope and faith.